never stop, you never stop working. Even when I can't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop, you never stop working. You never stop, you never stop working.
Welcome to episode 4 of Next Level Interviews. Here with none other, Juan Smith, amazing guy. Really amazing way that we've met. And yeah, John, I just want to thank you for coming through for the 4th episode and being on it.
No man, thank you for having me.
Yeah, no, awesome man. And so for the viewers out there, I just want to give a short introduction of yourself, who you are, where you come from, so they can also know a brief bit about yourself.
Okay, 100%. So yeah, I currently work in the financial industry. I've been there for the past 7 years. Professional bodybuilder, athlete, very passionate about the sport, really enjoy training, really enjoy the way you can change your outer appearance, but not just that, also it changes you from the inside out, so I love that about the sport. And yeah, I'm a very, very passionate man of God, bro.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
And yeah, so where did bodybuilding start off for you? Was it something that you had in your mind as a kid, or did you have some other sports in mind before actually getting into bodybuilding?
That's quite interesting. So I was always in love with bodybuilding in a way that I did play rugby and I did play cricket and I excelled in the sports and I did quite well. But you would always go to CNA and you would run to the back where the books are, and I would like take off a bodybuilding magazine and I would be like, yes, I want to look like this one day.
Yeah.
Let alone I'm in the industry now and I'm enjoying every minute of it. So I guess it's been always been in my heart.
Yeah.
Did play sports, did do rugby, did do cricket, but then ended up in the bodybuilding and fitness industry.
No, that's great. And I know as well, myself gymming a bit as well, but not taking it too serious and going on a stage or bodybuilding or anything like that. But just on my personal capacity, I've also realized that there's a lot of challenges that you face during training. But I can just imagine on a bodybuilding level, what kind of mental challenges do you have to go through or struggles that you have to face during, let's say, a pre-season and an in-season, if I can mention it like that?
So the struggle pre-season, if you have off-season, is to literally to take your training or your diet as serious as you would getting ready for a competition. Okay. So because you're going into a state where you have to be in a calorie surplus, and your body changes, it doesn't look good, you're fighting that mentally, one. Two, if you're a sponsored athlete, you need to look good for the sponsors always, so you can't go too much out of shape. Exactly. So you're fighting that as well. And then thirdly, it can be a very selfish lifestyle. It can be just me, myself and I. And luckily I've had amazing mentors that's guided me in this aspect particularly, to tell me that it's okay if it's not just you. You can still have a life, you can still enjoy life. But yes, there comes a certain stage where it's 6 to 8 or 12 weeks out. It depends on how your body works and who's your coach and how you do stuff. It depends on when you start like taking it like literally very seriously, and then you become a bit selfish because you have to be in the sport. Exactly. And the people that support you in your life understand that, luckily. But yeah, it has a toll on you. It has a toll on your, not just mentally, your personal life if you're in a relationship. It has a toll on your work because you literally put your body through so much strain and you're tired. Yes. But at the end, if you see the end result, you're happy, and that makes it all worth it.
No, awesome. And I know we always have setbacks when it comes to any kind of sport, and there can literally be a moment where it can change your career completely. It can end a career, and then what are you going to do then? And is that something you had in mind as well in bodybuilding? Because I know a lot of guys might think, okay, well, you can't get injured whilst being in bodybuilding because you're just lifting weights. But they don't actually realize that you can tear a muscle. It can actually affect your physique, the way you look, and those kind of things. And
Yeah, for me, yes, it happened last year, March. I snapped my humerus in my arm, so that was quite a brutal injury in the sense that I only thought, yes, it's a broken bone, it'll heal in 6 to 8 weeks, then it's done, then I'm back. Let alone, I mean, I'm still struggling with pain in my arm, so I'm still not 100%. But that happens. It happens in sport, and that's why you need. I believe that's why you need God in your life, my friend. So, whatever you put your joy in determines when it runs out. So that happened for me. For me, it was, I absolutely placed my identity in this thing. I absolutely placed my identity in fitness. It's who I am. And once it got like, it stopped in its tracks, and you thought about this could end everything. I mean, you wake up and you realize you can't put your joy into something, man. You have to put it in God, because God is everlasting. Like, everything else is just here temporarily. So for me, that was big, getting that injury, but it also had a very good impact in my life. It also it humbled me, if I can put it that way. So yes, injuries is part of the game. You do get injuries. It's just how you recover and how well you recovered, and if you have to drive to want to recover. I think a lot of people just give up when they face hardships in life. I mean, the Bible said trials and tribulations will come your way, but be of good cheer, for I have overcome the world.
Exactly.
So you need to know. I think a lot of Christians is like they only want to be blessed. They only know the nice side of the Bible, but I mean, the Bible warns you, and it says that trials and tribulations will come your way. But face it with God. I would rather face a problem with God than without Him. So yes, that played a huge role in an injury I occurred, and I mean, it was like a year ago. So, and that pulled me through.
No, that's awesome. And I know as well, like with the injury that you also faced, I think there was definitely a lot going in your mind, and thinking, okay, should I maybe do something else? And knowing you in the financial industry as well, but I think the most important thing that you could have mentioned there as well is what do you have your identity in? Because I know a lot of players, they have that struggle, well, what is my true identity? And I mean, it's just amazing if you can get it through Christ as well.
So for me is, I literally found my purpose. So I literally found my purpose in a way that being successful, and Tim Tebow did a video on this at Passion, I believe, and when I watched it, I had such a big revelation. Like, being successful is nice, and it's good, and we want people to be successful. I mean, God said He came to give you life and life in abundance. He wants you to be successful. But being significant is something totally different, and that's where you find your purpose. Like, for me, if you can find your purpose, your life is just complete. There's a lot of people that's successful, but they miss their purpose completely.
Exactly.
There's a lot of people that's not as successful, maybe financially, materialistically, but they found their purpose, and their definition of success is that. So they're happy. So for me, finding your purpose, and you can only find it through Christ. I believe that with all of my heart. You find it through Him, and then people ask me, how do you do it? It's like, you journey with Him, you have a relationship with Him. He pushes you where He needs you to be, if you listen and you're willing to listen. So for me, finding your purpose in life, it should absolutely be everything, and finding it through Christ.
No, definitely. And I also want to encourage the viewers, your work might not be your main specific purpose. That's a provision that God has also given you. And there's something outside what God is calling you to as well. And I really want to encourage you to look at your purpose. What is your calling within Him as well? And in any sports as well, you do get, sometimes you get the flashy things and the images and those kind of things is quite great, and it's great to have those things, but when you don't understand how to work with it, it can be quite difficult. But what kind of smart tip would you give youngsters coming up in the industry not to lose themselves in those kind of things, in the flashy kind of things, where they can work smarter with finances but also with sponsorships?
Yes, 100%. So for me, it's absolutely having a mentor, and a mentor, I talk, can be on different aspects of your life. A mentor can be physically, a mentor can be spiritually. So for me, it's absolutely having a mentor that's been through it, or going through it and knowing how to deal with stuff. I have probably the most amazing mentor in the fitness industry, which is Jaco de Bruin. I learned so much from him, not just in the sense of fitness, but as being a good dad and being a good husband as well. So obviously those challenges I still have to overcome in my life. And then my spiritual leader is Piers Peace. So having mentors in both those aspects, I believe you can't go wrong. Yes, they're only human, they make mistakes themselves, but learning from people that's walked the journey, that is walking a path or a road with God, is absolutely vital. Absolutely. So find someone that has interest in you, keeps your feelings, emotions aside, because at the end of emotions is nothing, at the end of every principle is a promise, and God is a God of principles. But they understand where you want to go, and they understand that you're only human, so not pushing emotions aside completely, but having a plan and a vision and working towards it and knowing what you're working for, finding purpose in what you're working for, not just doing it for yourself, because I believe if you're successful, you do it for yourself. If you're significant, you do it for others.
Exactly.
But yes, having mentors is absolutely vital, and then guiding you on the right path. Yeah.
And I know something that's quite difficult, and it's a touchy subject in South Africa, is people growing up without fathers in their household, and that's quite a tough thing for a lot of youngsters, especially out there as well. And I just want to encourage you guys. You're more than welcome to reach out to us. If we don't have answers for you guys, we can definitely connect you with someone to help you with your journey and to just help you to achieve whatever God has planned for you. And man. So what else do you do except I know your financial what else is in the pipeline for you, the things that you'd like to share with the guys that they can have a look out for?
I just spoke to you about finding your purpose, and I absolutely found my purpose in church. For in Matthew 6 verse 33, the Bible says that to first seek my kingdom and my righteousness, and the rest shall be added unto you. And the verse just above, he says that Gentile, I know what's on your heart. So God knows the desires of your heart. He knows what you want. If you surrender and surrender to Him, and you do work for Him, He'll build your house. He says, stand for me and I'll stand for you. Build my house and I'll build your house. It's literally that simple. Yes, the road walking as a Christian is not always easy. People will mock you, people will laugh at you, but we can just love them. That's all we can do. But for me, I'm very involved at the church. We are planning an event, a very special event coming up that is on my heart, has been for so long, for special need children. But we'll talk more about that when it happens. We're trusting God for that. And then obviously exciting road ahead for fitness. I took a year off last year. I did compete once. But took a year off, just took a break and just reevaluate everything. And fitness is still a very big part of my life. I believe that God gives you the platform to work and do work for Him. So my platform is fitness. Still very passionate, have huge plans for this year, especially with Yaku the brand. We're touring internationally. We want to go to a few countries that's in the pipeline. So we're just waiting for them to confirm, and maybe competing at an NPC show in Canada. So looking forward to that in June. So prep will start soon for that.
That will be amazing. I'm excited for you. I'm sure you're going to do best in that facility, and I know you're going to keep the banner high for South Africa as well.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
And so also for some viewers out there, I know they're not the finest fitness people. There's still some people who have broken their New Year's resolutions. What fitness tip would you like to give them? Because I know sometimes we say, okay, well, we're just going to eat healthy and we're going to train hard. But there's so many more aspects to that. What you could give a single tip to help them just to achieve short-term and long-term fitness goals?
Well, you have to, for me, what works for me is having a plan, writing it down. And then, I don't know of any successful person that doesn't have a vision board. So having a plan, writing it down, literally, that connection you create with yourself and putting it on the wall and seeing it every single day. It reminds you that you have a plan, you need to work for it. And so that works for me. That visually seeing what I want to achieve works for me. But you can just, bro, you're young once. You want to look your best while you're young. I mean, we're all going to get old, we're all going to get become grumpy old men. And so enjoy your life while you can. Don't put success in what other people say about you and your body. If you are happy the way you look and you're training hard and your diet isn't 100%, but you're happy with yourself and you're healthy. I think that's the most important thing. And you're healthy, I think then you win it.
No, that's awesome.
So having a goal in mind, what you want to achieve, putting it up on your wall and just working towards it every single day, never giving up. I think that's a cliche until it's not.
Definitely. And now as you mentioned that, how many times did you want to give up, but you just kept on pushing? What anchored you to keep on just pushing? Because I know we all have
yes,
that time.
Again, it's your circle. It's your circle of people you surround yourself with. Not I'm saying that you shouldn't surround yourself with other people, but your inner and your close circle must be it must be so strong, man, because a lot of times even the best in the world want to give up in something, and those are the people that keeps you going. Those are the people that encourages you to never stop. They see stuff like, for me, I watched a sermon that Stephen Furtick had, or T.D. Jakes had with Stephen Furtick once, and he says that it's very important, you can't see yourself. So it's important you surround yourself with that circle has love in mind for you, that keeps your best interests at heart, and they see you and that they're always honest with you. So wanting to give up, you have people that you surround yourself with that absolutely know what's your potential, where you can go, and how hard you've worked. You can't give up now. So the people around me always encouraged me. Even when I had this injury, they've always encouraged me to see, you're coming back stronger. Prayer, and yeah, just I think everything is birthed in prayer. So if you're stumbling or you're struggling with something, go into prayer, man, and ask God to show you and to give you new strength and to renew your energy, and He always does, and you can go anywhere with Him.
No, definitely. And I definitely, if guys and ladies, if you feel discouraged, make sure that you get around people who are going to encourage you, who are going to help you. Make sure that you're not standing around people who is keeping you stagnant and who don't want you to grow.
Yes.
Because that's the devil that's going to try and steal from you and the full potential that you can achieve in life as well. So make sure that you're winning big in life. And yeah, so John, this is the part where I ask all the people to just sing a short song. And, no, I'm just
no, man, I can't sing.
No, I'm just joking, man. So yeah,
bro, I was already thinking of what song am I going to sing. I would have done it.
No, I'm just joking. Just give a encouragement, a message to the viewers out there. Whatever's on your heart to share with them. And yeah, what other themes, whatever you want to share.
Yes, man. Just put God first in everything you do. Like I'm talking about from the smallest detail to the biggest thing you want in life. He's everlasting, man. He sent His Son to die for us. I think there's no greater show of love than that. And that's how you kill. That's how you kill the world, man. Is with kindness and love. If you can love on people, that's my message to everyone. Yeah, put God first.
Awesome, man. And yeah, guys, so like and share, subscribe on YouTube, share this with all your friends. If this has encouraged you, I would like you to make a video, send it through to me, I'll post it on my platform, and I'm excited to hear how this has changed your life. Thanks a lot, guys.
Cheers. Thanks.